Welcome to East Coast LQ Reviews. Today, we're reviewing another beer by Treehouse Brewing Company. This is their Sorbet King. So it is a double IPA, clocking in at 8.4% alcohol by volume, brewed in Charlton, Massachusetts by Treehouse Brewing Company. If you want to check them out, you can go to treehousebrew.com. Description on the side says, Sorbet King is a rendition of King Julius, featuring water, malt, hops, yeast, and a blend of dried guava powder and fresh guava puree. This high-quality guava powder imparts potent notes of ripe guava and tropical fruit, which serve to simplify the immensely fruity qualities of the base beer. Though smothered in juice-like qualities, it retains a fluffy texture and oily hoppiness that is sure to delight your palate. Keep it as icy cold as possible. Enjoy it fresh for the best experience. So today is February 20th, 2023, and this was canned 12/20/2022. So the can's 2 months old. And yeah, this is the last of the Christmas beers, or the Christmas IPAs that I bought from Treehouse that I have to review. Cool looking can art. Same can art as the King Cobbler, but this one's blue, where that one was green. And yeah, let's crack it open, go for the pour, check out the appearance. So far, I like the King Cobbler the most of these style beers. Alright. Looks pretty similar to the Cobbler as well. Dark. Super murky, hazy. It's like a brownish, kind of golden orange in appearance. Poured a nice finger and a half. Off-white, kind of going towards khaki colored head. Sudsy, a little rocky on top. Looks like it's going to create a nice lacing as well. Tight knit bubbles on the side. Yeah, pretty good looking New England IPA. Let's go for the nose. There's a lot of guava in there. I also get a lot of citrus though, so there's a lot of almost like an acidic, like tart, orange, lemon, lime kind of thing going on. Some sweetness from the malt. A little bit of peach as well. It smells very sweet, it smells very juicy. There's a little bit of hop resin, but more of that like guava puree aroma. Yeah, I'd say guava and peach are very dominant on the nose. It smells like fruit juice. Just yeah, it's got like a touch of like some sweet malts and a touch of like some breadiness. But for the most part, like I said, it smells like straight up guava puree. Smells really good though. Definitely hides the booze well. 8.4%. Definitely not noticeable on the nose at all. Let's dive in. This looks pretty dang good. So cheers. It has a very creamy body. It's so creamy on the mouthfeel, and it's like almost kind of reminiscent of like vanilla. Yeah, up front, just a burst of that guava. There's actually a lot more of a lingering hop resin on the palate. It's definitely more noticeable that you get more of that a little bit of that bitterness. So it's got a little bit of that herbal, herbaceous note on the back end. But right before you get hit with that bitterness, it's very tart, acidic. There comes that citrusy orange, kind of reminiscent of lime as well too though. A little bit of grapefruit. Peach. It's kind of got a little bit of that like bubblegum like quality, bubblegum sweetness. Yeah, it's solid. I definitely can tell this one is 8.4%. When you take that first initial sip, you kind of get a little bit of that boozy burn on the back end, and it's definitely not like a green hop burn because this can's 2 months old. Yeah, I would say the 8.4% ABV is somewhat noticeable on the finish, but the mouth feels killer. I'd say medium, kind of going towards yeah, about on the higher side of medium for the body. Carbonation, it's got a little bit of a spritzy carbonation. Still on the, I'd say, lighter side of medium for the carbonation. It's a solid drinking beer. Whereas the King Cobbler, I believe it was called, or Cobbler King Cobbler, I believe it's called. That one was a little bit more noticeable with the hop flavor. This one is a little bit more dominant with the guava, whereas the Cobbler was the peach. They conditioned it on peaches, I believe, and the peach puree blended very well with the flavors of the hops, and the addition of the peach wasn't too overpowering. I think this one is a little bit more on the overpowering side. You can definitely tell that there's that guava additive. The other one, it was if I just kind of hand you it, I don't know if maybe you would know if there was that peach additive to it, but this one for sure is, you can tell that there's like some type of fruit additive. Now what do they say? A blend. Oh, so they use guava powder and fresh guava puree. Okay, so this one is a little different than the Cobbler, the way they brew it. But yeah, it's still a solid beer. I think I like the King Cobbler over the 4 as my favorite. This one's still not bad. I would probably prefer this over the regular Sorbet and the regular Cobbler. I'd probably go with the Sorbet King over those two. But definitely the King Cobbler over the Sorbet King. It's really sweet. If you like sweet New England IPAs, you'd probably really enjoy this. Sugar cubes, I'm gonna say like 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. Probably like 2 out of 5 hop cones. It's not super bitter, but you do get a little bit of that bitterness on the back end. Overall, it's solid. I like it. Rating, I'd probably give this a, I kind of forgot what I rated the Cobbler. Kind of forgot what I rated the other 3. But without thinking about those 2, I'm going to give this one a, or those 3 I should say. I'm going to go 93 on this beer. I don't know, I'm not like a super big fan of when they add the puree to the New England IPAs. I kind of like when you get just more of the fruit flavors from the hops, personally. So yeah, I think 93 out of 100. It's still a really good beer. It's still a really good rating. But yeah, I would just rather drink a double IPA that's just really intensely hop forward rather than load it up with puree and like guava powder and stuff. But still a solid beer. Definitely recommend it. If you can get these, you probably have to go to Treehouse to get their beers. If you see them next year, pick them up. Like I said, it came in, it was like a 4-pack, and you got the Cobbler, the King Cobbler, the Sorbet, and the Sorbet King. I'd recommend trying them. They're decent. If you like that puree, fruit puree flavor in your New England IPAs, I think you'd really enjoy them. And they're just some solid brews, so I would recommend them. And there you have it. If there's anything else that you guys like to see on my channel, make sure to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my upcoming videos. Like a beer. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.